Hello everybody, I'm Russ Salvatore, and this is Come Dine With Me, Western New York, sponsored by Buffalo Hotel Supply, Key Video Production.
And Russell Steak Shops and more. Hi, I'm Jan Farrington. And you know, Russ, living in Western New York certainly has its advantages. We have great sports, there's music, the culture, of course, the food.
And Jan, you forgot to say, probably the nicest people in the country live in Buffalo, New York.
You're absolutely right, Russ. And you know, you talk about that in your new book. It's called Well Done and Congratulations. It's an autobiography of sorts on you and the people in your life and growing up in Buffalo.
It was printed by a very good friend of mine, Joe Jambra. When I was planning my birthday party, he put the thing together. I'd be talking into a tape recorder, and he did a fantastic job. I've been in the restaurant business for 65 years. And I know I don't look that old, Jane. Okay?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
That's what the vodka keeps you young, okay? I'm only kidding you. But I mean, in the book, I explain it's the people that have made me. I can remember my father, he had a corner saloon. When the person came in there, he bought them the first drink, and he bought them the third drink. They were so appreciative of it. I can go on and on about the book. I just want to say the book has been done, and people buy them for $10. And I'm sending the proceeds to the Buffalo Zoo. Yeah,
you know, we'll talk more about this in other shows because there's lots of really interesting anecdotes and stories about your life and just on being successful. And I think that it sounds like the perfect formula for success in business and life, what you were talking about. And it's all about that respect thing, isn't it?
Well, success is from doing what you like. If you love what you do, if you love the people you're taking care of, it's very, very easy working 100 hours a week.
Well, you know what, right now we have a show to do, so let's head to Artisan Kitchens and Baths. We're going to be with Chef Michael DiPaolo and former Buffalo Bill Ruben Brown in this week's Sizzling on the Gridiron.
I have the privilege today. I'm here with Ruben Brown, number 79, former Buffalo Bill player, 9-time Pro Bowler. We're going to be cooking veal russo today. Ruben, welcome, buddy.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Let's get started. I'm going to do a quick reel. We'll get a little oil going on our pan here. We're going to dredge the veal, some flour, lightly dusted. Veal. You eat some veal?
I love veal.
All right, we're going to just dust it real lightly here.
I love everything you cook.
Yeah, it's been a while. I haven't seen you in a little bit, but yeah, nice to see you back.
I know. I love it around here. You guys are always good to me.
Yeah. Speaking of good, boys, you're doing some foundation work.
Yes, I am. We're working on, you know, helping out in the community where we can. You know, we're always raising money for kids' development programs. But Salvation Army is probably the #1 one that I'm always raising money for. We do their after-school programs and their camps, and we raise money for them to have those programs over there.
Okay.
You know, Bruce Smith said that, you know, he likes veal because it's not cow.
Well, we got to talk to that guy. We explained him a few things there, but yeah.
That's good.
Okay, what we're going to be using is we're going to be using some broccoli, some artichoke hearts. The style of cooking today is we're cooking everything all in one pan. This when you start off doing dishes, you know, you don't want to use too many pots and pans in the kitchen, you know. So, all right.
Lens for too much cleaning up.
Right here, right now, we're going to pop this over here. These off to the side. Okay, now we're going to start all in one pan. We'll throw in broccoli.
See, I like this because all the flavor's still down there in that pan.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'm digging that.
Wait till when we deglaze with the white wine.
Yeah? Oh, all right.
So, Ruben, you a wine drinker?
Oh, yeah.
All right, well, we get the white wine today. We're going to put a little bit of white wine in here. A little bit of crushed red pepper. Just kind of kick it up a notch, you know.
I like spice
in
most of the things I eat.
Yeah. It's nice to put the pepper in there. You kind of get the flavors cooking out a little bit. And I'm going to put in some of the marinara sauce. Just a little bit. Okay. Now we're going to put a little more Romano cheese. Okay. Just kind of that. A little bit more.
Oh, yeah. That's always good. My kids always want more of it, you know.
How many kids you have?
3 now.
Nice. All right. Okay, now we're just to help a little binding, so when we go over the veal, just some breadcrumbs, kind of just make it a little bit tighter.
Yeah, that looks great.
Okay, and now, just going to put some over the veal.
Mike, where you get most of your cooking skills from? Your mom?
Well, let's see. I went to the Culinary Institute, but most of it came from my dad and some of the Italian ladies that I grew up with in the kitchen. So,
all right.
Yeah, a lot of old school in me.
Yeah, that's where all the flavor is.
Yep. I got to ask you one question. I'm a sports guy. I wrestled, I football. Come on, can you put it into words for me? What is that, 70,000 people just screaming at you? What's it feel like?
It's really hard to describe. It's a lot of emotions all at once. It's really exciting. I've been a football fan all my life. So the first day of football is always exciting to me, and that's why I kind of incorporated my foundation's ability to bring other young kids to the games to show them that excitement that exists out there on the football field. But it would be hard for me to explain it to you, but it's like riding a roller coaster, you know.
Great. Again, Ruben, thank you so much, buddy.
All right, thanks for having me. For more information about the game day experience, go to RubenBrownFoundation.com.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new fence, railing, or deck, call the Vinyl Outlet today. You know you need a professional video for your company or website, but you're wondering, where do I begin? Well, check out KeyVideo.com, Buffalo's premier television and video production house. We work with big businesses and other companies that think big. Corporate image, sales, training, you name it. Scripting, shooting, editing, we call it concept to completion, and we're ready to work for you. For your business, for all of life's events. Call, click, or visit Key Video today. Charlie the Barber, where would you like to have dinner tonight?
Well, Russell's, of course.
Be my guest. Let us do the rest.
Seneca Niagara Casino and Hotel, where value meets excitement. With 4,000 of the newest slots and biggest jackpots, 100 action-packed table games, award-winning restaurants, live entertainment, superior guest service, and a players club that makes every visit even more rewarding. Your winning destination, Seneca Niagara Casino and Hotel. Excitement worth sharing.
We have new information on the most wanted sandwiches in Western New York.
I'll make this brief. These sandwiches were last seen at Marco's Italian Deli. Be on the lookout for Nikki Whispers. Big, beefy, surprisingly sweet. Maria Gumati, a spicy little number. Everyone wants to get their hands on. And the Underboss, notorious and nearly impossible to knock off. If you see these sandwiches, do not, I repeat, do not apprehend them alone. They are extremely tasty. No further questions at this time. Thank you.
Public needs to know.
I'm here today with Fodi Kutendreas, and today we're going to be preparing one of his most popular dishes. This is going to be a Bourbon Street North Atlantic salmon. So, Fodi, why don't you tell us how you get this thing started, and let's see how we do it.
All right, first thing we're going to do is season our salmon with a little salt and pepper. We'll make sure our pan's warm before we put it in. Add a little bit of extra virgin olive oil. All right.
Get that nice and hot so we'll have a nice sear on the end?
Yep, it's important to get it nice and hot, otherwise it'll stick to the pan, and you'll have a salmon that doesn't look too good.
Now, I notice we're also using a center cut, and we're using a skinless product as well, correct?
Correct, yep.
Okay.
We're going to add the salmon to our pan. And when you hear that sizzle, that's exactly what you want to hear. You want to get a nice crust on there and just let it sit. We'll flip it over and throw it in the oven.
You're ready to go. So, Fodi, why don't you tell us a little bit about your restaurant and what's going on over there?
We're a family-style restaurant serving breakfast, lunch, and dinner on the corner of Walden and Union and Transit at Seneca and Elma.
So you have a wide variety of menu choices. I know I've eaten there many, many times. Every time I go, I get something different, new, exciting. And not only do you have the best Greek food, but you also have the best buffalo food, as I call it here. And this is an example of one of those, I see. Yeah.
We have a wide variety, something for everybody.
So you can serve anybody from 5 to 95 and everything in between.
That's correct.
Make them happy.
That's what we aim for.
That's awesome.
Okay, now we're ready to flip our salmon here.
Oh, look at that.
Once we get that nice golden brown crust,
that's beautiful.
Flip it and go right into the oven. Now that our salmon's in the oven, we're going to get started on our sauce. It's a quick, simple sauce. It's got about 5 ingredients. Got 1 cup of whole grain mustard, and to that we're going to add 3/4 of a cup of honey.
So we got a little savory and a little sweet going on there.
Correct.
I like that, yep.
To that we're going to add 1 ounce of bourbon.
Or 2 if nobody's looking, right?
That's right. And 1 teaspoon of paprika. Mix all that up.
Now you can use this on other dishes besides just salmon, is that correct?
Correct. It works well with grilled chicken, pork. Kind of get creative, anything you want to put it on.
And that whole grain mustard really makes the dish. You don't want to use a prepared salad or sandwich mustard. You want to use a whole grain mustard.
Correct.
Yeah, that's awesome.
All right, that's the sauce. Quick and simple. Serve it at room temperature and pour it right over the salmon.
Fody, this is absolutely amazing, I gotta tell you. I can see why this is one of your most popular items on your menu. Speaking of which, I understand you have a new menu in place, but you left this particular item on because of its popularity.
That's correct. Our customers would not let us take it off.
And tell us about your locations again.
We're located on the corner of Walden and Union in Cheektowaga and Transit, Seneca, and Elma. Come dine with me in Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Key Video Productions, television, video, DVD, and by Russell's Steaks, Chops, and More. Be my guest. Let us do the rest.
Be my guest. Let us do the rest.
Beautiful design starts with Artisan Kitchens and Baths. Let us transform your kitchen or bath into the dream room you desire. Whatever your style and taste, Artisan Kitchens and Baths can design and install your vision to perfection. Our design team will work within your budget to give you quality at affordable prices. Update your home with Artisan Kitchens and Baths, 200 Amherst Street, Buffalo.
Orazio's Italian Crepes is your window to the world. Treat yourself to our homemade crepes made with authentic ingredients like imported Caputo flour, mascarpone cheese, and Ghirardelli chocolate. Indulge in our all-natural small batch gelato with no artificial flavors and all the creaminess in the world. Take your taste buds on a journey right in your own backyard. Orazio's Italian Crepes in the food court at the Walden Galleria.
Welcome back to Come Dine With Me, Western New York. Remember, if you want to learn more about the restaurants you've seen on our show,
or you saw one of our chefs prepare a special dish that you'd like to make on your own, you can find the recipes, videos, and so much more on our website. Please check us out at comedinewithme.wny.com. You can also like us on Facebook. We'd love to have you.
coming up, get ready for our kitchen invasion. But first, here's Chef Marco and his two beautiful assistants.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's game day today. We're tailgating. We're doing something different, starting at left saute. We have my beautiful daughter,
Gabby.
And right breading, we have my other beautiful daughter,
Maria.
We're making macaroni and cheese with a buffalo twist. We're going to be doing buffalo chicken fingers tossed in hot sauce, some crumbly blue cheese, some shaved carrots, and we're going to crunchify it with little Cheez-Its on the end. So let's get started making our chicken fingers. We're going to not use those frozen, out of the freezer packaged things. We're going to be using fresh boneless breast, and Maria's going to actually be making the breading station. So you can crack that egg in there for me. We're using flour, a little milk, an egg, and some breadcrumbs. It's really simple. It's really easy. The kids don't mind doing it. It gives them something to do. It keeps them active. So all we're doing is just cutting our boneless breast thin, and we're going to put it in the flour, and Maria's going to start breading them. And the nice thing, if you've got a nice big group, you can make these in advance, and you actually could put them in the freezer and pull them out and throw them in the oven, bake them off, or cook them in the pan, just like a chicken cutlet. It's really simple. Okay, Maria did an amazing job breading the chicken. We're ready to put it in the saute pan, start browning it on both sides.
Nice job breading it, Maria. It looks delicious.
So, Gab, we're gonna have our oil nice and hot. We're gonna cook a few at a time. I'm not gonna overwhelm you. You're an old pro at this, aren't you?
Oh, definitely.
There you go. Okay, we'll do 4.
How do I know when to flip these?
The chicken will create a crust around the outside, and that's when you're gonna flip it. And then on the other side, it'll be nice and golden brown. Gabby did an amazing job browning the chicken. It only took a few seconds. We're gonna take it out of our oil, we're gonna put it in the bowl, we're gonna marinate it in a little bit of hot sauce. We can set that to the side. All right, girls, let's get started on our macaroni and cheese. You know, this isn't the traditional box macaroni and cheese that you guys, you know, make me buy once in a while. We're gonna start with a nice warm pan, and we're gonna start old school. This is called a roux. You know what a roux is? A roux is a thickening agent. You know how to make it? It's only flour and butter. So you just a little bit of butter, a little bit of flour, let it melt, whip it together. And we're gonna add heavy cream. You wanna use the heavy cream, you want the fat, it'll grab the cheese, it'll be nice and creamy. So girls, we're gonna let that boil, and while it's boiling, we're gonna grate our cheese. We're gonna use white and orange cheddar. You wanna use the blocks of cheese, and you wanna grate it yourself when you're making mac and cheese. It actually will melt so evenly and quicker, and becomes nice and creamy. And that's what you want when you're doing macaroni and cheese, am I right? Okay, so earlier we cooked a little bit of macaroni, and today we're gonna use a spiral pasta. There's really no rules to macaroni and cheese. You wanna kinda make it, you know, make it your own.
Could I try?
Absolutely. Show them how easy it is. So it's pretty easy, huh?
Yeah.
Watch your fingers. So you want to supervise the kids, especially when you're using sharp kitchen equipment. You know, the grater, if they nick their fingers, it doesn't feel really nice, so just keep an eye on them. So as our sauce is getting nice and hot, our heavy cream is boiling, our cheese is grated, we're gonna add the cheese to the milk, and we're gonna let it get nice and creamy and fall in love. And you know, I always gotta do something different. Macaroni and cheese, we're gonna add some crumbly blue cheese, and it's gonna give it a real sharpness, and it's gonna complement the hot sauce, just like the old traditional buffalo chicken wings. So Gabby, if you could season that with just a pinch of black pepper, kick it up just another notch. It's looking great, isn't it? So you can see how nice and creamy that is? What do you say we transfer our pasta into our sauce?
I think it's a great idea.
Thanks. This is definitely a team effort, huh, guys?
Yeah.
There we go. How's that? Take that off. Give this a stir.
Macaroni isn't the lightest.
The longer you leave it on the flame, the more it's gonna thicken. If you turn it off and let it sit for a few minutes, it'll get nice and creamy and thick and rich. Doesn't get any better than that.
This dish is a touchdown! No, it's a game winner.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
This portion of the program was sponsored in part by Buffalo Hotel Supply. Design, deliver, and install. We can do it all. And by Artisan Kitchens and Baths. See, touch, feel, and use our products.
We love to cook, and Artisan was very helpful with our home in the past.
My old house, very similar, just redesigned it, made it a lot larger.
I wanted a large stove because we do all the entertaining for the whole family. We wanted a spacious area so that people can mingle while we're cooking.
With the 2 refrigerators and 2 separate dishwashers, it works out real good for entertaining.
We're really very excited today to have our friends coming over, family friends that we haven't seen in a while.
Sue and I have been friends a long, long time, and I have always admired and loved her kitchen.
With the chefs coming today, I'm very excited to learn different recipes, hopefully that my family will love, and I know my husband and I will definitely love.
How you doing?
How are you?
Good, how are you?
You guys ready to cook?
Hi, how are you? Yes, we are. Thank you so much for coming. I'm really excited.
Today I wanted to make a rack of lamb because I really wanted to utilize the grill outside.
It's probably about 4 feet long, and it's just incredible. It's all encased in stone.
Artisans does a lot more than just kitchens.
Today I made a classic mushroom risotto with wild mushrooms to complement Krista's lamb that she prepared today out on the grill. The risotto adds a nice flavor profile, texture profile, and it just adds a nice color base to the plate.
When I met with Sue earlier, she told me that her absolute favorite was eggplant and tomato mozzarella salad. So I said, that's easy to do. We'll make sure that she's happy when we leave.
So when Sue called me and told me we were working with Art from Frontier Catering, I was so excited.
I've known Mary Beth Basil for a few years now, working together on some prior events. Today we're going to make a classic, my classic twist on mushroom risotto. Well, first you have to start with a really high quality cannellini rice. And what we do is we take a hot pan, some extra virgin olive oil, we add a little bit of very finely chopped red onion, and we saute off a melange of mushrooms. We remove them from the pan, put them off to the side, and then we added a little bit more olive oil, a little bit of butter, and then we added our rice. And we did that to toast it. You continue to add a chicken stock, continue to add liquid, add a little white wine, adds a nice little flavor profile to it. Success to this dish is to make sure that you always have hot stock, whether it be beef, chicken, or vegetable, to the hot toasted risotto. If you fail to do this step and you put cold stock in, you're going to shock the rice. It's not going to be able to release all the starches, and you're not going to have the creamy finished product that you're going for.
And you're going to ruin your risotto.
You ruin the risotto.
Okay.
And then we finish the dish by introducing the already cooked mushrooms and onions. We added some grated Parmesan Reggiano cheese, some freshly diced chives, a little bit of sea salt, some crushed black pepper, stirred the mixture up, and brought it to the table for presentation.
I know when we met earlier, you told me one of your favorites was melanzana caprese.
Yes,
That's what we're going to make today. We're going to use our fresh eggplant. I'm going to show you a couple little tricks. First, you peel an eggplant, then you cut it about a ½ inch thick, toss it in some olive oil, a little bit of salt and pepper. Give it a quick toss, and that's ready for the grill. Throw it on the grill for about 3 to 4 minutes on each side. Once it gets soft, take it off the grill. We made a roasted garlic balsamic dressing to go in between. So we got to start with, obviously, roasted garlic. Throw a little in there. So we're going to use a nice quality balsamic vinegar and a real high-end olive oil. Again with the salt and pepper. And you just give that a nice little stir. Sue was great. You know, she was all into the dish because she, like I said, she really enjoyed it as her favorite dish and she wanted to know how to make it. So now every time her guests are coming over, that's the dish they're going to be getting.
Oh, he was a bomb. He was very nice, very comfortable, and I did learn a lot. So now I'm going to try it next weekend to make the eggplant tower.
Okay, Sue, now the fun begins. Let's put our melanzana caprese together.
It's good already.
Have some sliced tomatoes and onions ready. Okay, Sue, so what we're doing is we're just layering these up and just adding all kinds of cool ingredients. We have fresh pesto, we have olive tapenade, some fresh mozzarella, and the list goes on. And when it finishes, it's about 1 foot tall. It's amazing. So Sue, all your hard work, which really wasn't that hard.
Cheers.
Cheers. Here's to the freshness.
Today I prepared a roast rack of lamb done with an asada sauce. For our sauce today, Ed, I've decided on something simple, but different. It's Mexican. Asada sauce, it's simply garlic, lots of garlic. Garlic and lamb go together like peanut butter and jelly. Cilantro, fresh lime, and you don't want any seeds, so I just run my hands through there. All right. I put a little parsley in there to cut it a bit. Just finished that in the food processor with extra virgin olive oil. I really was looking for that taste. And salt and pepper to finish. Beautiful sauce. The marinade, basically olive oil, and I would recommend a good extra virgin olive oil because of the taste. Fresh garlic, please. Just dice it up, doesn't matter, it doesn't have to be perfect. Fresh herbs, I use fresh rosemary. And I just marinated the rack of lamb in there for about 1.5 hours.
Oh, she was great. She was awesome. She taught me quite a bit how to prepare the lamb chops.
All right, let's get this lamb seasoned and out on that grill.
All right.
Removed it from the marinade and seasoned it with a little salt and fresh ground black pepper. And that looks great.
Well, let's go out to the grill.
I started it out, real important, on high on the left-hand side of the grill. To mark it off, seared both sides, and then I lowered the temperature on the right-hand side of the grill to medium and moved it over there, put the lid down, and it was done in 10, 15 minutes.
I really did learn a lot. You know, you go to a restaurant and you order something and you think it just appears that way. You can't believe all the time and effort and all the small details that it takes behind the scenes.
The anticipation was unbelievable. So we were dying to eat it, and it was as good as I thought it was going to be.
I think the favorite part of the meal was the lamb chops.
Lamb's the type of thing, you fall in love with it.
It's probably the second time I've had them. I should have tried them 30 years ago. They were great.
So I do believe that Ed will share this with his family. I believe that Ed will pass it on.
We'll see. He's not a very good cook, but he did well with her.
Come dine with me, Western New York.
Closed captioning provided by
CarStar Relax. We'll take it from here.
If you've been in an accident, look no further than Ventura's CarStar Collision.
After all, we look at your situation from both sides.
Part of you wants certified technicians who use the industry's most advanced equipment.
The other part wants an incredible staff to help you with insurance, estimates, and car rentals.
At Ventura's CarStar Collision, we give you the best of both worlds.
We'll work together to get you rolling again.
We're out of time, but Jan, before we end the segment of our beautiful show that we had again this week, what do we always talk about?
Supporting our local restaurants.
Definitely, definitely. We have the finest restaurants in Western New York, and it's amazing. I go all over. The independent restaurants are the best in the country in Buffalo, New York.
They sure are, Russ. I just love dining out, and sometime we've got to go out together. We haven't been in a while.
No, I know that. Well, you're getting expensive, that's why. I can't keep up with you. You go to Marinaro's, order all those things and everything like that, and I have a bologna sandwich, right?
Yeah, that's right. Well, we'll be back here on the same station next week. We really hope you'll join us then. For the production team at Key Video and everybody here at Come Dine With Me Western New York, hey, let's go Bills.
And time to stick a fork in it, Jan, because we are done.
With Frontier Catering, it's easy to show your good taste. Chef Art Christie uses time-tested techniques and authentic family recipes to create a custom menu that showcases your personal style and your venue. And with Frontier Catering, your food is prepared fresh, on-site. For corporate events, unforgettable weddings, and other signature celebrations, it has to be Frontier Catering.